What's up guys, welcome to Veldora-kun. From our previous episode, we have witnessed the end of Diablo's war with the Celestial Sages. If you haven't watched the previous episodes, I will put the link in the description below. Just a quick warning, these videos contain spoilers from the light novel. I also want to share to you my YouTube membership, Veldora's Loyal Knights. For more details, just click the join button below. Also, don't forget to join our Discord community, Veldora-kun Subordinates. The link is in the description below. See you there. So now in this video we will review what happened next, which is the arrival of Ruminas and what happened on the last member of 7 Celestials. But before we will proceed, please like, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. Now without further ado, let's proceed with the video. At Jura Tempest, having Demon Lord Rumina's presence surprised everyone. But now there was someone else coming through the door. Rimuru recalls this man as the so-called Valentine for Ruminas at Walpurgis. He thinks that he must have been Rumina's body double this whole time. The 3 members of the 7 Celestials become pale as they remain on their knees in front of Ruminas. They had no interest in fighting any longer, trembling like lambs for their judgment. So what would Ruminas do? Rimuru concludes that Ruminas wasn't here for a fight because of the way she apologized for causing them trouble. On Rimuru's perspective, the man who acted as Rumina's body double opens up, "Kneel at this instant. I am Pope Louis and the presence you see here is our god, Ruminas-sama," Pope Louis announces, and the holy knights all quickly kneel down. Although feeling confused, Rimuru's group decided to stay silent and observe from the side. Rimuru thinks what kind of joke it is for a demon lord to serve as a god. And the demon lord's double is the pope? This type of disguise was so ridiculous that he had a trouble digesting it. Thinking about it, maybe this was the most effective way for her to position herself, and Wisdom King Raphael confirmed. Affirmative. It would allow her to create the most efficient environment for ruling over the species of humanity. Ruminas starts to speak. "Hinata, didn't I tell you to not overdo things for yourself? How dare you be so reckless?" Ruminas reached her hand out to Hinata that was hugged by Rimuru. Then Ruminas casted a spell, "May your heart be revived." Resurrection. This is the holy miracle resurrection. In front of Rimuru's eyes, the wound that pierced through Hinata's back to her left chest began to heal. That was even faster than his recovery potion. But how can a demon lord cast holy miracle? Wisdom King Raphael responds, "Answer. Holy miracle refers to a type of magic that effectively utilizes spirit particles. Normally, these particles cannot be interfered, however, said method has been identified. This will be analyzed later." Although Rimuru didn't get it, Wisdom King Raphael seems to be eager to try. Hinata starts to regain consciousness. Hinata said, "Master?" Rimuru thinks that Hinata is mistaking him as Shizu, so he tried to joke around, "Oh, you're finally awake. What teacher? You were trying to cross the border, right?" But before Rimuru could finish, Hinata's eyes suddenly become sharp. She is looking at Rimuru with a cruel expression and said, "Hoi." And Rimuru replied, "Yes, my lady." Hinata asked, "You weren't thinking something rude just now, were you?" And Rimuru denies, "No, not at all." Hinata talks back, "Is that so? I suppose I'll let it slide. By the way, how much longer do you plan to hug me?" Rimuru thinks how rude is it for Hinata to accuse him of hugging her when he made an effort to take care of her. Although Rimuru wishes to complain, he just shut up and apologize, "Sorry. Thanks for the view though." After hearing what Rimuru said, Hinata turned to look on her chest. There is a hole on her clothes that display her front. Hinata's murderous aura turned abnormally high. Hinata said, "Has anyone ever told you that you're completely tactless?" And Rimuru replied, "You're the one staring daggers into me right now. You are so stubborn and never listen to others' words." A sense of anger suddenly emerges on Hinata's beautiful face as she smacks her mouth. However, Hinata takes in a deep breath and suppresses this anger. Then turned to Rimuru with a smile, "Let me tell you something, I am just short-sighted sometimes, that's all. Do you see how much of a tactless you are? With that sort of behavior, I bet you've never been popular with girls in the past." Hinata's words pierced through Rimuru's heart as he remembers his long-forgotten past. Rimuru denies, "There is no such thing. I was very caring and reliable in the past." Hinata gives Rimuru a mocking and sympathetic expression. Rimuru admits he's lost with the argument. Speaking of which, Rimuru haven't even declared his victory. Hinata went to Reinald and used her own healing magic to take care of him. Seeing that Ruminas has healed Hinata, the Holy Knights seem to have erased their doubts for her as well. After all, there is no reason to question it when some of them seem to know Pope Louis as well. Seeing Reinald come back to life, everyone begins to cheer. Ruminas slowly opened her mouth. "Now, Seven Celestials, what excuse do you have for this incident?" Everyone looked forward on how will Ruminas handle this. At the same time, Rimuru got a report from Diablo. "Rimuru-sama, the job is complete." And Rimuru replied, "Good. Then, how did things go?" Diablo gladly answers, "Kufufufufu. All according to the original plan." Rimuru responded, "All right, report back to me after the whole thing's settled for a while." And Diablo says, "Excellent." Diablo withdraws from telepathy net and went back to work. It probably also means that Diablo was no longer blamed for the murder of Archbishop Reheim. If that's the case, Rimuru decides to not interfere with how the Seven Celestials are trialed. They were certainly trouble for Rimuru, but he already accepted Rumina's apology just now. Further interference would only make things more troublesome. They should focus on how to improve their relationship in the future instead. While Rimuru is thinking about it, the result of Rumina's trial is out. And it is quick and ruthless. Rumina's sentenced them. The punishment is death. "At least allow me to guide you to your end by my own hand." They all exclaimed, Have pity on us. We only did these for Ruminas-sama. Please, I swear by our years, we beg you." All of the three Celestials are begging for their life and forgiveness to Ruminas. However, their wish did not come true. Ruminas announced, "I give thou death blessing." Ruminas spread her arms wide as the invisible hands of God gently surround the members of the Seven Celestials. It was Rimuru's first glimpse of the immense power of Demon Lord Ruminas, which turned its target from life to death. The Seven Celestials that attempted to frame and sabotage them came to their painless demise in an instant. Rimuru recalls how he braced himself with a possible war against Holy Empire Ruberios, now that things are so casually resolved. Now they change to a new location suited for negotiation to discuss the future of our relation. Rimuru returned with victory alongside Ruminas, Louis, Hinata and the rest to the town. When Rimuru spotted Veldora waiting, he recalled something. Rimuru said, sorry. The final defense line turned out to be unnecessary." And Veldora said, "What? I was waiting here with bated breath all this time." As soon as Veldora lays his eyes on Ruminas, Veldora suddenly drops the shocking statement, "Whoa you. Finally, now I remember. You are that someone. Ruminas, aren't you Demon Lord Ruminas? You are the female vampire who was at that castle I trashed. Haha, now I finally remember. Feels good." Ruminas suddenly creates a sword to shut Veldora up for exposing such information, but it is already too late. The truth that the god Ruminas is Demon Lord Ruminas Valentine has been completely revealed. The Holy Knights are all silent and must have been confused about what they just heard. Hinata seems to be aware of the fact and begins to sigh with disappointment, while Louis on the other hand has decided to stay away from the whole thing. Veldora again proved himself as the biggest troublemaker Rimuru knew. Ruminas cusses out loud, "This freakin' lizard is back at it again to ruin my business." She becomes out of control due to fury, and everyone had to team up to restrain her. On the other hand, in the inner sanctum of Holy Land, the head of the Seven Celestial Sages, Master of Sun, is done with his work for now and has been bitterly waiting for his companions to return. There had been complications with the elimination of Hinata, so the Master of Fire sent an urgent call for help. Failure wasn't an option here, so Gran sent Master of Moon and Gold together to fight. Hinata is a smart woman and Gran won't let her obstruct their plans in the future, so they needed to eliminate her that day. Gran also planned to use the Demon Lord, the god Ruminas, so that they would become the rulers. The Master of Sun has hidden his ambitions and served Ruminas for thousands of years. He needed to eliminate anyone too talented before they could make a name for themselves. It was also easy for him to manipulate his colleagues and subordinates. The Master of Sun continued to play the role as a devoted believer. And that's it for my video. Don't worry. Another video will be premiered right after this one. See you there. Thank you for watching my video.